seeing all of you guys there. That's the news for the week. Let's dive in our favorite part of each week, our special guest interview. Our guest tonight is from Central Louisiana region, so I want to give an extra shout out to our Central Louisiana partners for supporting what we're doing for Louisiana artists. Those awesome partners are LSUA, the Medicine Cabinet, Outlaws Barbecue, Diamonds and Daisies, and Grits Entities. There's only a few spots left in the Central Louisiana region to become a partner, but if you'd like to learn more about it, either there or any region, email us at louisianacountrymusic@gmail.com. And, of course, all of our Louisiana Country Music Live interviews are brought to you by our friends at Explore Louisiana. Lieutenant Governor Nungesser and his team do an amazing job promoting our great state, and we are proud to partner with them to provide more awareness and opportunities for Louisiana country music artists. Tonight's guest is a rising country artist with deep Louisiana roots and a sound that blends real-life storytelling with a modern edge. He's been putting in the work, writing and producing his own music, and building a catalog that's starting to turn some heads. From songs like Better in Texas to more personal tracks like Mask, and in younger years, he's showing that he's not afraid to be honest in his music, and that's what country music's supposed to be about anyway. He's influenced by today's legends and today's hit makers, but he's carving out a lane of his own, one song at a time. And like a lot of artists coming out of Louisiana, there's a little extra grit, a little extra soul behind what he does. He's got big goals ahead, but for now, he's focused on the journey. Let's welcome to the show, Bradley Wilson.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up, bro?
Oh, nothing much, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Happy that you joined us tonight, dude. It's been we've been talking about getting you on the show for a little while. We're proud of you and everything that you're doing and all that. So we wanted to get you on and kind of share your story with our followers. And looks like we already got quite a few people on here. And you guys watching, feel free to jump in the comments and be interactive with us, and we'll just have a good time tonight. I'll read some of the comments as we go. I can't read them all usually because sometimes they start moving fast, but feel free to get interactive, man. So cool. Let's see, man. Let's dive right in. Before we get into the music, though, let's get to know you a little bit before we do that, man. Let's talk about where you grew up, and then tell us a little bit about your family.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Alexandria, Louisiana. I'm a big family guy. Always been. We live probably within. We're so close. Like my aunt lives, like I can see her house like out my window right now. My other cousin lives right over there. It's like we're very, very tight knit and love each other, and we're very close. And I'm so thankful that they support what I'm doing. And a bunch of them are watching right now, and I see them. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, we got Mary saying,
very much of a family guy.
And April saying hello already in the comments.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and tell us a little bit about your parents. I met them in Nashville at the local.
My mom's name is Marie. My dad's name is Jared. They are probably the best parents I could ask for. My dad's kind of more leaning to music than my mom is. And we started playing together. He plays guitar. He taught me guitar. My mom, she plays a little piano, but she refuses to play, ever. So, anyways, yeah, they're so supportive and just amazing. I couldn't ask for better. Yeah, I mean, there's not much. There's so much to say, but it's so hard to fit it all in. You know?
Well, I'll tell them this, and I'll brag on them for a minute because I was on the phone with Dustin Matthews from over in that area a couple of weeks ago about a St. Jude thing. I think you're going to be playing on it. A St. Jude fundraiser coming up in July. I think you're going to be playing on it. If not, I think Alex is going to ask you to. So either way.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway, but he said he mentioned you, and he said, man, he's got the best parents in the world. He said they're the sweetest
awesome.
People in the world. So, yeah. So I
Okay.
wanted to brag on them for a minute. Man, you're a student at LSUA right now, right?
I am. I am. I've been there. I started my first semester. I went to Northwestern in Natchitoches, and I studied music. And it's like I went to high school at Ash, and I was in choir there, and I loved music. Like it really got me into kind of like the like I love country music first, but I kind of got an interest in like the fundamentals and the classical kind of stuff. Um, so I I ended up wanting to do music business at Northwestern, and with a like a minor or it's like a focus in voice or whatever. But anyways, I got there and immediately knew that that was not for me at all. Um, it just wasn't. And the people, I couldn't find my knit. I'm not the best friend maker. I'm very introverted, I guess. Um, and I have my knit, and they were all at LSUA. So after after not much thought, I was like, I'm transferring, and went there, and I'm getting my associates right now. So yeah.
Hey man, there's something to be said for realizing that somewhere may not be for you, and making the change.
Yep. Yeah, I
Yeah,
realized
nothing
that
wrong with
pretty
that.
fast.
Yeah, and I mean, we've spent a little time over at LSUA in the last year, and I mean, man, just the team
It's
over
growing.
there is great. I mean, I really like it. I was really impressed when I went to that theater for our
Mhm.
songwriter show there. The people over there were so nice, just so sweet, so supportive. So I mean, I brag on LSUA every chance that I get.
They're
So you're
great. They've
in
been
a good
great to
place.
me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're
yeah,
the whole yeah, all the teachers and stuff, they've been amazing. I couldn't ask for better, and the fact that I'm like 20-ish minutes from my house, I can work, I can do other stuff. I'm not so tight knit in college because and I can be able to play gigs, play shows, stuff like
yeah,
that. Not that I couldn't do that in Natchitoches, but it's a lot easier when I'm at home and everything.
yeah. Nothing wrong with that, man. Save a little money too.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
And my
I'll
clothes are
ask this
folded.
one. That's right, man. I'll ask this one for the lieutenant governor. I know he always likes these type of questions. Um, what does it mean to you to be from Louisiana and to have the opportunity in the future to represent Louisiana, hopefully on stages all across the country?
Hmm. Man, there's something about Louisiana that you can't really explain it, but I'm sure everyone says this. You can't really explain it, but there's something there that's just it's a lot different. People are a little bit louder and people nicer, more hospitable. Um I don't know. It's you're not when someone asks you where you're from, it's not like you're not proud to say you're from Louisiana. You're like, I'm from Louisiana, you know? Um, and that's awesome. And it's so good that y'all are doing this for Louisiana, the whole Louisiana country music thing. It's just it's incredible, man. It's such a great idea. And it's so glad I'm so glad that we have the platform and everything to share
Yeah,
music and all that stuff and get connected. I've met so many people through that thing in the local that y'all did. Um met Hadley. I mean, we've we're always texting or something like that, and about music and all that. But it's so great that we all connected, and it's just awesome, man.
man, that's great to hear, man. That makes me feel good and I
Yeah,
appreciate it. And hopefully we're just getting started, man.
yeah,
Hopefully there's going to be a
y'all are.
lot more of those stories. And it's really just an honor to kind of, kind of spearhead this thing. But it's really about you guys. It's really about the artists and the writers and all of that. And
Hmm.
just highlighting you guys because there's so much talent here in Louisiana. And somebody's just got to show the world, let's get this thing
Hmm.
rolling because your talent speaks for itself. So the more
Yeah.
people that we can get, the more eyes that we can get on the state and on the artist in the state, it's a big
Hmm.
win for everybody, man. And that's what we're trying to convince, everybody in the state as far as and look, Louisiana travel has been great to us. Explore
Hmm.
Louisiana, Louisiana economic development. That they all see the value in it, man. So I
Hmm.
think we're just getting started on this. So, but we
Yeah, I
appreciate
just
guys
think
like you spending
yeah,
time with
I
us
think
on a Tuesday.
I think there was just no one that was willing to really highlight it. And thank God for Ronnie, you know?
It's a whole team of us, man, and but we love it, man. It's a labor of love. Um, and so you're one of the one of the younger artists that I've interviewed so far, which kind of leads me to this. And I think we talked about it a minute ago too, talking about your parents. But and I think you kind of hit on it a little bit. But what kind of support system do you have? Because the music journey can be tough, man. What kind of family support system do you have behind you before you get off too deep into this thing?
Yeah, I have the best backbone I could ever ask for of family support. My really just and you really see it when you're playing gigs and stuff, who comes out. And there are so many times that we'll be playing, and oh look, our family walks in. There's like a table that's reserved for 40, and and it's already, and people are there sitting in their chairs enjoying the music. So, and I know, and they like it gives us a reason to hang out. And I know they're not just here for me, they're here. We all enjoy hanging out with each other, and it's so great that they're here supporting me. And I couldn't be more grateful,
Yeah, it takes a lot of support, man. This business will, what they say, spit chew you up and spit you out, man, and it'll do that to you about 50 times, and that's
Mm,
before you get started. You know what you're getting into, man.
I
But
know.
it's very important to have that. It's very important to have that foundation and that background.
Mhm.
Um, so you mentioned your parents. Do you have other musicians in your family?
Um, yes, I do. Really, it's really my dad's family that is more on the musical side. My dad's dad was a drummer. He played I think he made a living playing drums back in Alexandria. My dad's brother, he lived in Nashville for a little bit. And anyways, he still plays and everything. Incredible voice. Um yeah, and really the family thing, every Easter we're able to all sit and play together. And we recently got to do that because Easter wasn't too long ago. But we all sit in like kind of like a circle, and we play original songs, we play a bunch of 90s country and all that stuff that people love. And it's it's always been, and I haven't started playing until I was around 13, so I really never got to experience like playing it. I've always watched, um, and I've sang. That's we can get into that later. But yeah, my family absolutely loves music, and they really, a few of them play. We're not like
Yeah.
crazy, but we still play.
Oh, I knew that your dad played because I'd seen some
Mhm.
videos of you and him on the stage together and
Yeah.
all of that. So he's a legitimate musician, not just like a sitting on the couch kind of guy.
Yes. You want me to kind of get in the story where the whole where dad influenced me and all that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can.
We can always come
So
back. Yeah. Yep.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So my dad, when I was around 13, I brought him his guitar, and I was like, Dad, I want you to show me a chord. I want to learn to play this. And when I was 13, it was 2020. So there was nothing to do. And all my friends were playing video games, or my brothers were playing video games. I'm just not a video game kind of dude. The only video game I'll play is like football. But
Yeah.
anyways, I said, "Can you show me a chord?" So he shows me a chord, and spent forever trying to get an E minor down, and then got an A minor down, then I got a G down. And eventually,
That's only two
yeah,
notes.
yeah, I know. Oh no. It took a while to just get the transitions or whatever.
Yeah.
Um But anyways, I started doing that, and I would just sit in my room and play for all day, like 8 hours, 7 hours. I don't even know, till my hands bled, and just kept going at it. And eventually, I was able to play a song within 3 weeks. I was able to play like a song and like sing to it, because I always sang since I was a kid. And anyways, then learned some more chords, learned some new songs, and then did that, and then around when I was 15, we started playing gigs. And Dad played in a few bands when he didn't really start singing till he was around maybe 20ish, 21. But he joined a band with his brother Rusty, and they played like the Shreveport circuit, and then Natchitoches. They played a bunch of Alexandria places, and then anyways, they played a lot together, and then Dad kind of got used to the gigging thing. Anyways, Rusty ended up moving to San Antonio, Texas, and Dad didn't play anymore. He still played around the house or whatever, but didn't really play like live or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyways, when I started playing, Dad was like, "Well, if you ever want to start playing like some restaurants or something, we can try to make something happen." So I think I was 15. I don't know exactly, but there was a billboard that my mom saw, or it was a Facebook thing or something. They were looking for musicians to play at this restaurant called Fat Pat's, and so me and Dad were like, we'll see if we can get a gig there. So I think we were like one of the second band that ever played there. But it was just me and him. I'd play electric, he'd play acoustic, and anyways, started doing that and started building up our way and made like a little band called Cypress Break, and we got a drummer, got a bass player, and now it's like we play all kind of stuff, and I'm kind of gearing towards more the Bradley Wilson thing, and doing a bunch of solo acoustic shows, doing band stuff is just under my name, trying to get into some fairs and festivals. So I'm just only working my way up, and
Yeah.
and yeah, eventually, I mean, I had that concert at Coughlin-Saunders in January, and that was kind of that was incredible. So it's a big progress that we made since then, and I couldn't have done it without my dad. So
That's fast progress, man. I mean,
yeah,
that's quick, dude. So when did you start writing?
I started writing. I've been writing bad songs ever since I was a kid. I mean, I think I was like, before I could talk, I was making up random sounds that, I mean, they were like original sounds, but they anyways, I wasn't like actually writing, but I probably started like actually writing a song when I was like 8 or something. Then it got a little bit better, got worse, got better. Then
That'll probably last
yeah,
forever. Yeah.
always, yes. But I didn't really start taking it seriously till I started playing guitar. So I bet you I was 14ish when I started writing, and I put out some stuff.
You started writing your own music to your words and
Mm-hmm,
everything.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I started like fooling around with like GarageBand and Logic, and kind of more producing my own stuff. And anyways, I recorded a song, and I think it was probably terrible. I think the lyrics are good. The production was terrible. I had like some crappy Rode mic, and I was singing into it. And yeah, I did take that down. But I think my better
Every
work.
artist that I know has gotten something that they took down. I
Mm-hmm,
think at least 50% of artists out there are like, yeah, I had this song
mm-hmm.
and I just took it down, man. It was bad.
Yeah, it's
But
like
hey, that got
when you
you
improve, it's hard to listen to your old stuff.
well, it got you through where you were then.
For sure.
It was a stepping stone for where you were then.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think you've grown as a writer since that first song? Do you think?
I think I've grown a ton. I mean, it's hard to judge yourself when you write so much by yourself, but I really think I've grown a ton. I don't do a lot of co-writing because I mean I don't have too many co-writers in Alexandria. Um, but I think some of the stuff I've co-written, I've put out a few songs that I've co-written. Most of them are by myself that I write. Um, but I think I've gotten better. The words are kind of more making sense. I'm kind of figuring out the styles and what kind of captures my sound, I guess. And yeah, I think I'm getting a little bit better.
Oh, you're doing fine, man. You're doing great. I'm loving the
Thank you.
stuff you're putting out. But I mean, a lot of people don't that watching this may not understand. I mean, like there's a structure to writing songs, and I mean, there are rules to follow and all of that. And
Hmm.
it's a learning thing. I mean, it's like it's learn it's a almost like learning a new language in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
So Melanie Gaspar Andrews says, "You're the best, Brad. You're awesome, Bradley. Your
Oh,
debut at the
thank
train
you.
station bar and billiards was amazing." And then Shirley Bell says, "Enjoying watching Bradley's music
Awesome.
journey." You got some
Awesome. Thank
fans
y'all
out
so
there.
much. Yeah, the train station. I don't think I'm supposed to be in there playing music, but I guess I'm working. So I get to sit there and play the old country music, and I love doing that. The Telecaster, chicken picking stuff, and that's awesome.
I love it, man. Who are some of the artists or writers that you feel like have influenced your music?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. The earliest I can go back to is Elvis Presley. When I was golly, probably also before I could talk, I was impersonating Elvis. There are pictures of me out there on Facebook that you can find on your own time. I'm not gonna bring those up. But yeah, I was literally getting down doing Polk Salad Annie and all that stuff when I was like 3.
Tony Joe White, yeah.
Yeah.
Louisiana guy. That's right.
Mhm. Uh, so anyways, so them and then my dad's favorite band is the Eagles, and I think they're my favorite band. And I think they would be my favorite band even if Dad didn't. They're incredible. We're going to see them at Jazz Fest pretty soon in like May or something in New Orleans. So anyways, like Eagles, Elvis, let's see. I have like guitar inspirations. That's a whole different thing. Like Brent Mason, Brad Paisley, John Mayer, um, all kind of stuff. Those are like the guitar guys that I like. The writing guys, I love like the new like the Zach Bryan, Tyler Childers, that kind of stuff. And I also love all those guys that I just mentioned, all their writing. It's awesome. They kind of influence a lot of my sound that I have.
Yeah, just pick up a little bit from everybody.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Your mom's on the comment says your mom is so very proud of you, Brad.
Oh Lord. Amen.
Mama's always the first fan, no matter if you're good or not. That's why you have to.
Oh,
that's why you have to ask other people sometimes because your mama's always going to be a fan, right?
yeah. I guess she doesn't come to a lot of my gigs. I guess she got tired of me singing or something. But my grandma's already there, always there. She's gonna hate me.
Oh man. So if you went to Nashville for 3 days and you got to pick one artist a writer that you could write with each day, who would those 3 writers be? Putting you on the spot here.
Gosh. That's a question.
I'm not gonna hold you to it.
I'm gonna say Vince Gill. I mean, I don't know. Dean Dillon's in there.
Yeah.
Man,
those are 2 good ones.
I guess I could write with both of them on the 3rd day.
That's a fair.
Yeah.
Hadley Joe just had a release with Vince Gill.
I saw that. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so
unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. We can accept a combo on the 3rd day. Let's say judges.
I guess.
All right. Yeah, that's funny, man. Those are 2 good ones, man, for sure. So, are you writing pretty often now? Are you writing? I know you're in school. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, I say I got a lot going on. A lot of times I'm like, I don't want to write a song. It's so hard to stay inspired. I mean, it's easy and hard at the same time. But I mean, I try to come up with something around once a week or I mean, when you're by yourself, it's different. It's a different kind of thing. But I do try to write when I can. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and try to get a verse and chorus down of something. Then I'll try to get a verse and chorus down the next day, and maybe I'll add a second verse or something. I don't know. It's my it's very sporadic. My writing is so yeah.
The key is just to get started. Once you get started, it's you got something. That's the hardest
Hmm.
part for me, anyway. Is just to get
Yes.
started. Yeah.
Yeah. If and I've learned that like when you're when you're sitting there for just an hour or so and you can't like your mind is just like, "Ooh, I can't think of it." I just put the pencil down and just go, I'm not gonna write anything today because
Yeah.
it's not meant to be. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, man. I'm with you on that. Um, so let's put yourself in a label's shoes for a minute. And
Okay.
so if if you're a label and you were looking at signing Bradley Wilson to a deal, where would you think that Bradley's music and persona fit in today's music landscape?
Um, I think there's such a rise in the traditional country, like the Zach Tops, and then the new guys that are coming up that are just insane. There's some guys that I've been watching, Kenny Whitmire. Uh, there's a guy named Colton Dawson. You don't even have any songs out. He's just insane. Um, let's see. There's so many that are coming up, and that's the music I love. Like I love the fiddle, the steel, all that stuff. And I think that's what the labels are kind of looking at right now. They're looking at the stuff um that's more traditional. Not saying the labels aren't looking for some other artists
Mhm.
that do something else. But I think I do a good blend within that with like new and like old. Like I still have fiddle and steel in my songs. Like I'm not doing no trap beats or anything like that in my songs.
Yeah,
I'm not like Morgan Wallen or anything.
yeah,
Um, but I think I do a good blend of that. And yeah, I think it's a little bit different than other things. Then also is I have like the guitar side that I kind of am really pushing. I'm trying to get better at that. Um, and I'm always trying to find something new to learn, some new lead part or anything like that. And I don't know. I have a bunch of different things that inspire me, and I think that makes me. Um,
yeah,
so I think that's what I would have
yeah.
to
So,
offer.
so you would kind of sell yourself as if you had to go in front of them today, you would kind of sell yourself as a traditional lean. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and
If
I
you're
think that's.
saying yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead. Like I think traditional is like I'm thinking like 80s 90s country.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I have those like roots to my stuff, but it's like the production of nowadays. It's different, I would say.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think that right now everything just cyclical, but I think right now I think that's a good observation and awareness of you. I think
Mhm.
that Nashville, you can see that it's clearly making a swing towards that traditional sound right now.
Mhm.
We got JP Bourgeois on the comments. He says new fan. We'll have to introduce you
Cool.
to JP down there in the Homa Thibodeau area. Uh,
Cool.
he sings a lot of that '90s country too. He's good at
Oh,
it, man.
that's the
Have to
best.
get y'all
That's
on
the
the show
best.
together soon.
Awesome.
Um,
Yeah.
what's up, JP? Glad you tuning in, brother. Um, well, man, speaking of selling music and a brand, um, talking about to the labels, man, in some ways it's easier than ever. But for some of those same reasons that make it easier, it's also makes it more difficult to stand out now. So, and I'm talking about the technology and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are young artists like yourself having to do to stand out these days and kind of create your own lane?
Yeah. Man,
How do you try to stand out in today's world?
I think the music talks. I think music is number 1. If you don't have a good product, what are you trying to sell, you know? So that's what I focus on the most. I mean, social media is definitely second in what I do. Um, and I mean, I try to just it's like I try to like copy a bunch of people and try to make it my own thing. Like there's not much you can do with social media, I think. I mean, I don't know. No one really knows what they're doing. So it's hard to say. Um,
Yeah.
it's
No,
it's a
it's a little bit of a loaded, unfair question. I was just curious as to
yeah.
because everybody's at the end of the day, all the artists that I know who are even signed and stuff, they're like, I don't know, man. That's the worst side of it. It's trying to figure out how to
Mhm.
get somebody's
And not
attention in a world
and
where
not be
everybody's
annoying.
oh man, and I mean, you pick up those phones. It's just like everything. It's just attention. Everything's
Mhm.
trying to grab attention. So it's like I said, it's easier than ever before, but it's also more difficult than ever before. And that's with
Yeah.
anything. That's with business. That's with branding. That's with anything.
Yeah.
And that's leading to this is I've interviewed young artists. I've interviewed artists who came up before the internet even. And there's pros and cons to both sides of that.
Yeah.
One of the pros of the young guys, your generation, is the TikToks, and you could go viral and all of that.
Mhm.
One of the cons is that you don't necessarily get those hours and hours on stage
Yeah.
that's the older guys got trying to pave their way. So what are you doing to try to use today's technology, but also make sure that you're putting in the time to be able to build your confidence in your presence in
Mhm.
front of crowds?
I think it's all for the time that I'm on, I think it's playing out perfectly right now. Because I'm still every Friday and Saturday night, I'm playing somewhere. I'm learning how to do. I mean, they might not be on stages or huge stages. They might be in a corner playing a restaurant, a bar gig, or something like that. But I'm still learning how to interact with the crowd, just playing the songs, trying to observe the crowd and see, they might want to hear this. Let's see if this works. Or it's like
Mhm.
I'm still getting that live music aspect. And I think that's also something that might sell me. Is man, we're gonna be good live. I'm not just gonna be some dude running tracks. We're gonna be somebody that's actually gonna perform and give a good show. But also, I feel like young enough, I guess, to not young enough because older people can lock on to social media as well. But I think I have a good understanding of most of it. But also I might not, no one knows what they're doing. So I can't say that I know exactly what I'm doing. Um, but
I
I
think
think
you
I
said
think
it.
I'm on the right track.
Yeah, I think you said it well a second ago as far as like where you're at, particularly is you have a good balance because you are doing stuff on socials and all that, but you also are putting in those hours, even if it is, even if it's not on huge stages or whatever,
Mhm.
but just those hours behind the mic and feeling are people listening? What can I do? And reading the room and all of that. Because
Mhm.
I think what happens a lot of times these days is somebody may write a song and they might go viral. And then when they're thrown in that fire, they're like, oh crap. They don't really know what to do at that point. And that's not really the best time to learn.
Yeah.
The best time to be learning is before you get in front of those crowds and stuff. So
Mhm.
I think that you have a good balance of that.
Yeah.
Um, and speaking of playing out and stuff like that, do you remember your first gig that you played by yourself,
Yeah. Like by myself or just in general?
or just do you remember that first gig and those nerves and everything?
I do. I've sang in front of people before. So it wasn't like insanely weird because I've sang in church my whole life and I've just always sang and I've sang in front of people. Um, but when I was like playing guitar, like for a gig, it was that Fat Pat's gig that we did, and me and Dad did, and I mean, you play like one song and like yeah, you're nervous, but once you're in it, you're in it. That's the way it happens for me.
Yeah.
And I'm now it's like when I go play gigs, like I'm not shaking or anything like that. I'm pretty controlled. I control myself pretty well.
do you think your confidence has grown a lot since
It
then?
really has. It really has. Yeah.
Um, So let's talk a little bit about your music, man. If I'm not mistaken, I checked out Spotify just to double check, and I think there were like 6 songs that you've released on there so far.
That
Um,
sounds right.
and I guess you were talking about this earlier about going back and removing a song and all of that. So that's
Yeah.
exactly what I mean in this question here is what have you learned about yourself as an artist and a writer and a producer over these first few releases? Because I feel like you learned the most between like the first few releases than you do anytime after
Hmm.
that. So
Yeah.
what have
Yeah.
you learned over that period about
Well,
yourself?
I've grown to learn that I'm very hands on. Like I'll show you this right here. Like these are this is a song. I'm literally writing the chord charts. Like
Yeah, you starting out.
I'm extremely hands on in everything I do. I don't want to I don't I don't want someone else to do it for me or I don't know. I've just grown to learn that. Like the first song I ever did was a song called "Missing Me," and or that wasn't the first one I ever did. It's the one that's out. That's first. Um, and we did that in my buddy's room on his MacBook on Logic, and it was that was one of the funnest days I've ever. I don't. Even, is funnest a word? I don't know. Most fun days I've ever had. Um, and it was so just I don't know, it was interesting producing that, and from right then I knew I was hands on because like I played like I don't even play banjo. I figured out how to play a banjo on that one like there's like a riff in there that I learned how to play, and then moving over I released Lanyap. And I did that with my buddy Brock Bordelon. He's actually the one I produced Missing Me with. Um, but Lanyap, I got with a guy named David, and he let me go in his home studio for free, and I'm so grateful for him. He let me. I was extremely hands on everything I did. I figured out what a mixing engineer was. I figured out what a mastering engineer was. Figured out that you can call people and tell them to, hey, can you send me a fiddle track? Hey, can you send me a steel track? It's so like overdubs and stuff. I had no idea. I've never done that before. So just moving from that to that was just so cool. And then eventually I was like, all right, it's time to do a Nashville session. So I got with a guy named Elliot who he has a studio in Spring Hill, Tennessee, and we went in there and we cut. Let's see, we cut. What was it? What was the songs? Better in Texas. We cut Save Yourself. Save Yourself's one I wrote with Alex and my buddy Seth over a Zoom call, which was cool. Um, and yeah, we cut that and we cut one more song that I'm about to put out. I don't want to announce the date yet, but it's called Open Door Policy, and it's probably one of the my most favorite songs I ever wrote, and it's gonna be out real soon. But anyways, I really figured out how those guys work, and I can't say I was like the biggest fan of it because it happens so fast. Like it is 3 hours when you go
Yeah,
in there
yeah, studio time.
and
Yeah,
do it. Yeah. And like those guys are on the clock.
yeah,
Um and so I'm about to do another session I think in the middle of May. I'm the week after we do that thing at LSUA. Um I'm probably going to be following whoever's driving back, and we're going to go cut 3 more songs. Those are the charts that I made. And I'm going to cut that with the guy that I've been working with. His name's Matt. He's he owns the studio called the Amber Sound. It's where guys like Muscadine Bloodline, Hudson
yeah.
Westbrook, a guy named Tice Delk, they all record there. Anyways, Matt also is the front of house engineer for Muscadine. But anyways, I'm gonna do 3 songs there, and I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared than I was last time because it was like I didn't exactly know what I want, but this time I was like I know what I want, and this is what I'm gonna get. Um, because it's a lot of money to not be completely
Yeah.
satisfied, you know?
Yeah. And I don't know if you're familiar with James Cook, from the
Yeah.
Monroe
Well,
area. He's in Nashville.
do you know that song
He's a
Mask,
great
the
producer.
Mask that I put out?
Hmm.
Uh, he played bass on that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he's a great producer too. So
Yeah.
I'm sure he would always be there to answer the phone and stuff like that if
Yeah.
you ever wanted to reach him out for
Cool.
studio tips
Cool.
or anything like that. He has a studio up in Nashville and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. So I'm sure he would be a good Louisiana mentor for you for that type of
Yeah.
stuff to really get you, maybe save you some money and some stress from the
Yeah.
save you a little bit of learning curve, I guess, over the years.
Yeah.
So just keep that
Yeah.
in the back of your mind.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. Thank you.
but I think that going in the studio as a writer, I did it as a writer, but
Hmm.
as a writer, an artist, or whatever, I think that being hands on and having a big say in the sound of the finished product and all of that, I think that really helps, because I think that when you're writing, you're hearing certain things and you know what you want it to sound like. And I think
Hmm.
there's that balance between, you want to give them like this creative freedom, but you also want to say, no, that's not exactly what I'm going for there.
Hmm.
And so I think that that's the right approach for it. And I
Hmm.
think the more you do it, the better you'll get at it too. And you'll just
Yeah.
get more efficient and more efficient. And, there's a lot of
Yeah.
terminology that musicians use. And it's like, what in the world how can I explain what I'm trying? And then it's a
Hmm.
lot of words that they'll say, oh, it's a little, whatever. And
Yeah.
you start learning and you're like, oh, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
um,
music is so cool because technically nothing's wrong. Like you can't say that's wrong. It's just
yeah.
not what you hear.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um and that's kind of what I've become to learn. It's like, yeah, that's awesome, but let's do this. This is what I have in my head, and let's just see how it sounds. And then that's kind of how you have to approach it. And I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see how this thing goes.
And as a young guy, man, it's probably a little bit tougher to walk into a room with older guys and stuff. But there's a couple of things to remember, is that number one, they have a lot of wisdom, and they're pros and
Yeah.
they know what they're doing. So there's that side of you that you do want to listen to what they're saying, and you want to respect it and you want to take
Yeah.
it all in. But then there's the other side of it that you have to have that confidence, and you're like, hey, I'm paying for this session, and
Mhm.
at the end of the day, this is my project, and have that confidence to speak up. So it's a
Yeah.
little bit of that balance, but and it just
Yeah.
takes time and experience, man. I think you're already
Yeah.
the outcomes of your songs already sound great. So
Well, thank you.
I think
Thank you.
you're already getting there, man.
Mhm.
Are you finding any style songs that you're doing, or particular sounds or anything like that that's really, that you're like, oh yeah, that's my sweet spot?
I think that song Mask that I put out, I think that resembles the most of my sound. I don't know, it's like I probably wrote that song within, I mean, it probably took a few, I don't exactly remember how I wrote it. Uh, I remember the first like chorus or so I wrote, and I was like, yes, this is what I've been missing. Um, or chorus or verse, I don't remember. There's something in there. I was like, yes, that's Bradley Wilson. I like
Yeah,
that. Um,
felt
and
right.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah, it did. And then when I got the whole thing done, I was like, this is good. Like if I can kind of portray more towards this and lean my songs, I can kind of build a brand based off that, you know. Um, then again, it's like I love so much stuff, and it's like I want to have some dang honky tonk songs like Zach Top, um, and I want to have some really bluesy stuff like John Mayer. It's hard to blend it, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know, that's what I have to do. You know, it's the only way you learn.
yeah, yeah. And you don't even have to, man. You just keep doing what you like and keep putting out music that you enjoy. And
Hmm.
nobody says you have to have it all figured out. Maybe you
Yeah.
do have it figured out. Maybe you want to do a
Mhm.
lot of different things, and that's what it is. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite song that you've released so far?
Man, that whole that Better in Texas. I'll talk a little bit about this song. This song is one that I wrote. We I think I was 15ish. It was one of the first songs I wrote. And I wrote this with Dad actually. Me and Dad, we were in a KOA in San Antonio. And we was like, all right, let's write a song about Texas. Let's try to see what we can do. So we kind of started out with this little riff, whatever we can. Anyways, we pretty much finished the song. There were some words that we kind of fooled around and played with, and we kind of just put it to the side, and I didn't really do anything with it. But last Easter, we all sat around, and I think Dad was like, "Hey, let's play that song that we wrote about Texas." It's like, "Oh yeah, Better in Texas." Um, so we play it, and it was insane. It was like, God, that was so fun. That was a good song. My buddy Seth was like, "Dude, you need to release that song." Like, I'm like, okay. And then when it was time to pick the songs I wanted to cut in the studio, I was like, let's do this one. And it came out great. I have no complaints about the way that one came out. It was as country as it can get. The guy that played steel on it was his name's Scotty Sanders. He plays on all Zach Top stuff. Guy
Mm-hmm.
playing fiddle was Jason Roller. He's in the Opry band. And then all those musicians were just insane. Um, anyways, and so I got that recording, and then I reached out to my buddy Cameron. He does a lot of videography work for a church, and I was like, dude, I think I want to do like a music video for this. And I've never done anything like that. So I got a bunch of my cousins and friends. I'm like, hey, get your friends, tell them to come. We're gonna do this thing. We did at the train station we were talking about earlier. Um, but the owners let us use it, and anyways, we set everything up, and we did a full music video, and it was incredible. I've never done anything like it. I was very in the spotlight, which I was like, I'm not like the biggest guy on that. But it was really cool, and the outcome that it had was like awesome. So y'all stream that music video. It's on my YouTube. It's out with the song. But yeah, that's probably my favorite one that I've ever released. It's wholesome because it's me and Dad that wrote the song. Then it came to be that big production. So
Nice.
yeah,
I got a couple more for you, man. I try to respect everybody's time and get you out of here for a decent bedtime, but we're coming up on an hour. But
I got you.
man, do you? I think you've answered this earlier. I feel like you plan to head to Nashville sooner rather than later
Yeah.
to try to give that a go. What is your plan for all of that? Do you kind of have a vision for what you want to do when you
Um,
get there and all of that?
I do. I want to try to get a publishing deal and try to start writing and meet people. You got to be in it to win it is what I've always heard, and it's like you can make your whole thing. Like a lot of people have recommended me going to Texas and go trying to just do that. But in the end, I have the most connections to Nashville, and there's people in Texas come to Nashville anyway to write songs. Um, so I think it's just the best place for me. And I've prayed a lot about it. That and I think that's just where I end up. And I'm looking at around January is uh is the time frame that I want to move right after Christmas and everything. Um After I get this degree. Yeah, so it's going to be a big thing. I've never done anything like this. Obviously, I'm still living with my parents. I'm 19, so it's not like bad. But
Not 36. Yeah, you good.
yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of where God's leading me, and I have to trust him, more than
Yeah,
anything. So
yeah. I mean, you got to go for it, man. If that's what you feel the pull towards, you got to do it, man.
Yeah.
You can always change the plan
Yeah.
if it doesn't work or whatever, or if you change your mind. But yeah,
Hmm.
uh,
And everyone always tells me like, dude, you're 19 years old. Like
yeah,
you have time. People like to say it's like you gotta figure it out. I'm like, dude, like figure out who you are. And I think that's where I'm supposed to be. So, and if not, I'll figure it out. I've always figured it out. So that's what I have to learn to do.
that's right, man. I think it'll be a great move for you, man. Just a couple more, man. But speaking of Nashville and all that, speaking of dreaming and visioning, and sort of bringing things to life, putting things out to the universe. If this could be a venue or sharing the stage with an artist or whatever you want it to be, but what would be like a bucket list show for you in 3 years from now? If you look back and you're like, man, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah. Man, I wanna travel. I think like venues really are cool. Like I would love to play the Grand Ole Opry, Texas Club. Those are awesome. Billy Bob's, like all those things. I want to play those. But I want to go to, Europe. I want to go to Australia. I want to see the world, and people are out there doing it. So it's like I want to hop in and see if I can,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's more that. It's more places where I want to go and go see. Um, Rather, I mean, I do want to play venues and everything, but I think traveling is just bucket list,
Man, country music is big in Europe. A lot of
Mhm.
people don't realize
Mhm.
that, man. It's a big market over
They
there.
dig it. They
Yeah, they
dig it.
do, man. Um, we I guess what projects you said you're working on a new song.
Yeah.
What can people be on the lookout for you coming up from you?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
look out for this new song called Open Door Policy that's going to drop very soon. I'm working on promoting it and everything, getting some promo videos. Those are just a pain in the butt to make.
Give
Just
us a
yeah,
date whenever you do, man, so we can share it
yeah,
on the news.
will
Yeah.
do, man. Yeah, but I'm extremely excited about that song. It's a sad one, so yeah, bring your tissues, I guess.
Everybody loves a good sad song, man. Um, and we have again, I just wanted to plug this one more time before we get out of here. We do have the LSUA show on May 9th that you're going to be a part of. This will be an awesome night with you, Alex Smith, James McCann. James is a great musician too, from right there in your backyard.
Yeah, he
Hadley Joe and
yeah,
Dane Urban, man. It's going to be a great night.
that song Lanyap that I did, I gotta shout James out. He played steel on that song, so I knew James.
Yeah, it's going to be a
My
fun
buddy
night, man.
Casey, my buddy Casey's dad works with him. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, he's a good guy, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. And between you and James and Dane, that's three locals right there, man.
hmm
That's going to get a really cool chance to showcase some talent. And then Hadley Joe grew up in Gina, not far, and then
hmm
Alex is from Alexandria. So it's going to be a really fun night, man, with a
yeah,
lot of real talent that's from that area, not far away.
it's
So,
it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it, man. Thank y'all again for asking me. Thank y'all for
oh
asking
yeah.
me to do this. It's awesome, and thank you from the artist. Thank you, thank Louisiana Country Music for all y'all do, man. It's incredible.
Well, we appreciate you, man. Before we get you out of here, how can people find you and follow you on socials and all of that good stuff?
Y'all can most places like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm Bradley Wilson Music. All lowercase. You gotta spell my name right to get it. But and then I think Facebook. I'm just Bradley Ross Wilson. Ross is my middle name. But but yeah. That's where you can find me.
Well, man, we appreciate you jumping in here tonight, dude, and good luck. And we'll see you. I think it's just a couple of weeks away, man, 2 or 3 weeks away, and we'll see you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
I'm looking forward to it, man.
all right, man. Well, we'll see you soon, man. Great talking to you. Good luck on everything, and we'll see you soon.
Likewise, man. Have a good one.
All right, brother. See you, man.
All right.
All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Bradley's such a great kid. I say kid. Everybody's a kid to me because I'm old, but great young man, very talented, and I really enjoy seeing him grow. And I think he's got a lot of potential ahead of him. But we hope you enjoyed the show tonight. If so, make sure to tune in every Tuesday night at 7, and make sure to follow, like, share, comment, all those things to help us show the world what Louisiana country music is all about. Just God bless everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you next Tuesday night right here on Louisiana Country Music Live.